Hello everyone, today I'll be doing a solo master run on Hunter along with 100k and Platinum. For my loadout, we'll be using Arcstrider top tree, we'll be using the Gambler's Dodge, not Marksman Dodge. Next, we'll be using the False Promises. So we'll also be using this mod where reloading after final blow also reloads the weapons including heavy. Next, I'll be using the Jian 7 rifle. Found this in my vault and thought it'd be fun to use for this week. Next, I'll be using the Queenbreaker for this week. So I'll be using the Marksman sights. For this scope, you can do more greater damage than the other scope in the bottom. Now, I would like to say, if you look at this perk where it says wire rifle, it says fires a long range precision arc bolts that blinds enemies on hit. So this weapon is almost similar as Wendigo. So for next season, Wendigo will be Sunset. The Queenbreaker will be the only exotic heavy that can do long range blind shots on enemies such as Majors, Knights, Cabal, etc. For the helmet, we'll be using Concussive Dampener with double linear fusion rifle, ammo finder, and hive ornaments. Next, for our arms or gauntlets, we'll be using linear fusion rifle loader with auto rifle loader and high energy fire to do 20% damage. Then we'll be using the Raiden Flux. We'll be using recovery mod and one linear fusion rifle reserve with counter charge. Next, we'll be using resistance mod with double linear fusion rifle scavenger and hive barrier. Then lastly, we'll be using Concussive Dampener again with two mods with ashes to assets and hive repurposing. So what I did is I go on my Sparrow and there's going to be a loading screen very soon. You can go to this little shortcut from here and we're going to wait. Yes, this is so fun on console. So next, there'll be a couple ads. There'll be one anti-barrier champion and one unstoppable champion. So you can blind the knights with your Queenbreaker. And it will be blind for around 4 to 5 seconds. So when I did blind the knight, I got my grenade back. Since I'm using a mod called Hive Repurposing, I get my grenade back. You can also get your grenade back if you use finisher as well. I sometimes do that. So first we want to kill the acolytes, and they love playing hide and seek. If you guys thought Saffron's song was annoying, this could be annoying too, especially the crystal room, which I will be talking about later. We want to first take down the barrier champion first, so that's what I did. Then I took down the unstoppable second. So I used one Queenbreaker and then auto rifle. Then it takes around 4 shots, critical shots, to take down the barrier champion. So now I was waiting for the unstoppable champion to approach me, but these acolytes were in the way, so I was trying to shoot them with a pulse rifle. Then the unstoppable finally was pushing a little bit towards me. So once done, you can use your linear fusion Queenbreaker. So I want to stun it again just to make sure, and then I use another one and then just use my auto rifle to kill it. Didn't want to waste too much of linear since you can only have around 19 ammo. Now linear fusion rifle reserves are kind of weird, kind of buggy to be honest. So I'm using one linear fusion reserves and I only get 1 ammo. And if I put 2, then I get +2 ammo. So I get around 21 ammo. Kind of weird and off. Such as Sleeper, you get very few ammo even with reserves. Very weird. So we're gonna approach here and we're gonna throw our grenade. And there's gonna be knights pushing and thralls. So we would recommend to be careful over here. Just back up and use your auto rifle. So that's what I did here. try to be a little cautious since there is a modifier where if they melee you, it does take a lot of damage. So around 2 hits can kill you. So you can see here I used my finisher, got my grenade bag because of high repurposing mod. So now we're going to push forward and there's going to be another knight. Just back away and then you can use your finisher to take it down because this thrall is playing hide and seek over here. So I used my finisher again and got my nade back. So now over here there's not going to be any champions, but there's going to be 2 Arc Knights. So first I was taking down the sniper. There are like around 3 snipers. And these snipers love to play hide and seek. So we have to take down these Arc Knights, right? And then there'll be an orb charge where we have to throw out the crystal. But first we have to take down the ads, and then there'll be ads spawning once you push a little further on a specific area, which I'll be showing very soon. What I did is I used my Queenbreaker just to do some little headshots, and I was blinding the Arc Knights so they can't shoot me from far away. These knights, they like to shoot you from long range, which is why Queenbreakers are such a good weapon for this Nightfall, since you can blind them from long range. And take your time here. So you can see ads did spawn when I push a bit forward. Wanted to first take down these cursed thralls first, and then once we do that, I'll be using my super. Since our super is Arc and it's Roman super as well. So you could take your time over here. That's what I did. I took my time, just want to make sure all these curse ads are gone. Then once they're all gone, I decided to use my super. So you could do a dodge, R1, R1, R2. Dodge, R1, R1, R2. So that's what I did. And yeah, they're very aggressive. These Arc Knights, would recommend to be careful with them. Be super careful with them. They can kill you, especially at the boss fight, which I'll be talking about very soon. So here I was just going back to get some heavy for my linear fusion. It was such a bummer. I really wanted to do double linear fusion rifle reserve so I can get 21. But the problem is I need counter charge so I can get higher energy fire to get 20% damage on my linear fusion rifle. But it's okay, 19 ammo still works. But it kinda irritates me that one linear fusion rifle reserves only adds 1 with the Queenbreaker. And that's irritating. Doesn't make sense. Where other reserves you can get +4, like Xenophage for example, you can get like +3, +4. It's weird. So over here what I did is I wanted to take my time here, throw my nade, and be super careful with the Arc Knights. They can 2-shot you, and would recommend to be careful. Here I was trying to blind them with my Queenbreaker. I did a little hip fire there. And then once I do that, I use my finisher to take it down and get my nade back. So for this one, I was just trying to get heavy for my linear fusion. Alright, so there will be 2 Arc Knights below. You can take them down with the Queenbreaker. And also throw your nade to take down the shield. When taking down the shield, you can get your nade back since we have high repurposing. So these Arc Knights do love to shoot from long range, from a distance. Concussive Dampener would be good since it is an area effect where you can get resistance from these long range area effect where these knights shoot you. So I quickly took them down because there will be 2 anti-barrier champions appearing very soon. For me, what I did is I went back to the hill. and waited for the 2 anti-barriers to push. For me, I wanted to shoot down whichever anti-barrier champion appears. With 1 headshot, it will pop a shield and you can take it down with the auto rifle. So once done, you can shoot it 4 critical hits and it should be down. Well, 3 hits. So when using your auto rifle again, you can stun it and take 3 shots, critical hits to take it down. And sometimes I do miss my critical shot, but you can use your anti-barrier again to stun it, since False Promises has very good long range, and you can take it down very easily. So now what we're gonna do is, I was checking if there's any more heavy. Just to make sure I have consistent heavy ammo for Queenbreaker for the linear fusion, since linear fusion is my DPS weapon, and I'm using both primary weapons for this run. So there'll be 4 Solar Knights. I decided to wait for my super. I wanted to use it for the anti-barrier champions. So for the Arcstrider, you can take down the champions while using your super. I'll be showing how to do it. But first, we're going to deal with the unstoppable champion that will appear very soon. And these Arc Knights are super annoying. They love to do their little infinite shield and gain their health. So here, the unstoppable champion is stunned, and you could take it down with the linear. I did miss critical shots, and you can see sometimes the champion, for some reason, if you saw it, its health regenerated. Well, there you go, Bungie. I'm just gonna blame Bungie for that. You can see I stunned the unstoppable ogre and the health regenerated for some reason. So I would say I got Bungied, unfortunately, and hopefully it won't happen again. And you can see I was trying to take down the ogre, but these anti-barriers appeared already. So what I did is I went over here for plan B. This is plan B, by the way. And I decided to take down the unstoppable champion quickly as possible. So once I do take down the unstoppable champion, then I'll be going a little aggressive player and to take down the anti-barrier champion. So what I want to do is check where they are. Then I'm going to use my super. I'm going to do a dodge R1, R1, R2, and then do dodge again. And I'm going to try to take down these anti-barrier champions as fast as I can. And take a little here and there on the Arc Knights and then go back. And then take down the Arc Knights with Queenbreaker. And you can see here this this Arc Knight tried to melee me. Now this normally does not happen. They usually don't run towards you and try to melee you. They usually are from far away distance and they just shoot you. So you can see in this footage that for some reason this knight was really pissed off, was upset, and decided to try to melee me and try to kill me. So that was unfortunate. That doesn't happen at all from all runs I've done. That's the first time. So you can see here thralls will push. There is a specific spot where these thralls don't push at all. So you can go over here and then these thralls will scatter. You can see here they're just walking around. It looks like maybe I'm invisible. They're not sure where to go. And then you can push a bit further and then you can do your melee dodge and get your health back. Now I was trying to be a little careful of doing this method because there is a mod for this Nightfall where these thralls or any enemies, when they melee you, it takes massive damage. So you have to be super careful when doing the dodge melee attack, dodge melee. So now I'm just trying to farm for heavy. You can see here I was trying to get heavy for the next room. Well, for the crystal room, but first we'll be dealing with one anti-barrier champion very soon. There are two methods for the anti-barrier champion, which you'll be seeing very soon. Another method you can do is once these thralls do appear, you could just skip them. But for me, I wanted to farm some heavy since the Queenbreaker is my only DPS weapon. Over here, what I wanted to do is first take down the anti-barrier champion. You can take them down from over here. So I did one linear fusion, auto rifle stun, and then do 3 critical hits, headshots, to take it down. Well, 4. And of course it regained his health again. That's weird. So we'll just say 4. We'll say 4 critical shots, because there are times it's 3 shots, and then it's 4. So we'll just say 4. You know, you saw over there that the knight, the champion, regained his health again. So that was a little glitchy there. That's not supposed to happen. So now we're gonna take down the Arc Knight. We're gonna blind it and take it down quickly. And take down all these acolytes. So now we're going to deal with the crystal room, and this one's a bit tricky. Depending on your subclasses, there are 2 methods to do. So what I did is I pushed forward, I tried to throw my grenade to take down the 2 acolytes. And I wanted to take down the Shrieker. And you can see here, the unwanted wizard is the one that really can kill your flawless run, which it does many times. So I blinded the wizard, and for some reason it just moved forward, which I was happy. So now here I want to use my super and take down the Arc Knights as fast as I can. And there is one Arc Knight all the way from there. I was trying to take it down. So you can see here I took it down. And I went back. Went back to my little safe zone, and I wanted to grab the orb charges and put in a specific area so I can throw all of them in one go. So I want to take down these acolytes. They can shoot you from far away. They like throwing those fireballs at you. And they can be super annoying. And of course there is a Shrieker. You can use your linear Queenbreaker. And it will close since our Queenbreaker has these blind shots. So I was just first waiting for my health, and then another Arc Knight appeared. And I want to take it down as fast as I can. So you can see here that I was taking my time here, just waiting for the Arc Knight to push. I also will recommend to be careful too. The ogre does sometimes can shoot you, but this is a little safe zone that I usually go. So now I was just checking if there's any ads here and there, and then I want to get the orb charges first. I wanted to get them first and throw them in one go. So if I do throw one crystal, then snipers will spawn. I didn't want that to happen yet. I wanted to just gather all the 4 orb charges and then throw all 4 of them in one go. So that's what I was doing for this run. So now we have 3 orb charges. We're just gathering all in one pile. So we have like a few, and I was gonna wait for another Arc Knight to spawn. So you can actually farm these Arc Knights to get orb charges. So here I want to take down this Arc Knight so I can get another orb charge. So it'll be around 4, and then we can shoot down all the crystals. and then take down the ogre. So you can see it was blind for around 4 seconds. And I was throwing my nade as well, and I wanted to get heavy. So you can see here why I was taking my times, because I wanted to have low health. I wanted to throw my nade and get my heavy back. So now we have 4, and I want to stack all 4 of them from here. Since this is like a little safe zone where the ogre cannot shoot you. And of course, a knight will spawn, but we're going to ignore it since we already have 4. So what I did is I threw 1 and threw all 4 of them. Then I'll go back to the rock, where I'll be showing very soon. So once we throw all the crystals, the ogre's shield will be down. So I went up here behind this rock, and I want to take down the ogre from long distance. Now I know you're gonna say, why didn't you use your super? Well, 1, I didn't have my super yet. 2, I wanted to save my super for the boss room, which I'll be showing very soon. So there are 2 methods for the ogre crystal room. You can use your super to take down a crystal, or if you have long range heavy weapons or special weapons like a sniper, you can take down the ogre from behind this rock. Of course, acolytes do like to throw fireballs at you as well, so definitely be careful. You can see here they were trying to throw. And then there you go. We'll be going to the next room. So there will be 4 champions. Those are the last remaining champions. But before we go to the boss fight, of course, I needed some heavy. I only had 1 heavy ammo, and then now I only have 5, so I'm pretty low on heavy. So there are many ways to take down these anti-barriers. They're a bit tough. This is almost similar as Warden of Nothing. If you guys remember, there was Overload, Unstoppable, and anti-barriers all in one room at the boss fight. Almost similar. So since I'm Arcstrider, I'm gonna use my super to take down 2 to 3 champions. So over here, I use my super, did a dodge R1, R1, R2, and then dodge again to take down these anti-barrier champions. We'll recommend to be careful for this, because the anti-barriers can kill you on your super if you're not too careful. You can see here I was running out of super, so I back up. And then we only have 2, so this will be pretty good. Be pretty easy to take them down. So I wanted to focus on 1 champion. I want to take down the 2nd champion quickly, as fast as I can. Since the last champion was shooting me a lot and could kill me. So now you can see here I have no heavy, but I'll be using my auto rifle and throwing my nade to take down the anti-barrier. So here I was taking my time, so you can see here double primary is could be struggling. I do wish I could use a special, but you know, for this Nightfall it always forces you to have double primary weapons if it's Overload and Unstoppable, or anti-barrier and Unstoppable, or Overload. So it could be really annoying. You can see there I did pick up some heavy and went back to my position there. So yes, this could be super annoying, especially if you don't have a super that you can take down the champions, then this can be very toxic. So now the boss will be spawning. I'm going to stay around this specific area, and I'm going to make the boss just stand still so I can shoot it down with primary weapons. So if you stand here, the boss won't spawn ads, so you can just use your primary weapons just to take it down. I want to save my heavy for the Arc Knights, so that's why I was just using my pulse rifle just to take it down. Some health. So when it does have like a quarter of the health down, it will teleport to the middle, have its shield, and then we have to deal with a lot of ads pushing towards us, which you will see very soon. Now, if this Nightfall was togetherness, then I can't use Arcstrider. I would have to use a different subclass plus the exotic helmet where I regain my health, and I really hate using that exotic helmet a lot. I just don't like it a lot. So ads will be spawning, and this is when things can be a little bit difficult. Not this one, but the third phase. So over here, for the first phase, the boss doesn't shoot fireballs at you, it just stands still. So here I did a dodge, punch, dodge to get my health back and to get the ×3 buff. So when you do kill enough ads, 2 Arknights will spawn very soon. And Acolytes do love to play hide and seek here. So I do apologize for this video long, because these Acolytes love to play hide and seek. Extremely. And I would say to be careful of these snipers too. These snipers are really evil, and they can kill you. So you can see here I was taking down the shield for the Arknight. I was blinding it, and then I was trying to see if I can throw a nade on the Acolytes that are hiding and playing hide and seek. But since I didn't see them so much, I decided to take them down quickly. Since these Arknights were... Since the Arknight was trying to kill me there. So yes, these Acolytes can be annoying. You can see here I was struggling. I was trying to take down these Acolytes, but they just keep playing hide and seek. And since this is chaff, there's no radar, so very hard to do. So yes, I was seeing one hiding behind a rock. I was trying to take it down, but it kept hiding, and it was super annoying. And then I saw another Acolyte over here that was trying to snipe me. So now what I'm doing right now is I'm trying to clear all the ads and then take down the last Arknight. But this Acolyte was playing hide and seek, so I decided to just take down Arknight. You know, just take it down and just be done with it. And of course, finally I took down the Acolyte because I really wanted to take that down first. Didn't want that ad to mess with me. So now Arknight will appear from the right side, so definitely be careful. So once I shoot down the crystal, I'm going to use my super. And just make sure all my ammo is good to go. You can see our Arknight is trying to shoot me. It will disappear once you throw your final crystal. So here I did a dodge, R1, R1, R2. I want to take down the boss's health, and of course clear down these ads as well. So you can see here I did some good DPS on the boss, and then of course it teleported to the middle-ish. Had to shield out. So now there's going to be 2 wizards appearing. I want to take down this wizard as fast as I can because the wizard will kill me. Now for match game, the solar shield for this wizard, it does not work, it's bugged. So you can take down the wizard with any elemental shield. If you have void heavy, you can take it down, or arc, as you can see here, you can take down the shield. So for this wizard, it's bugged, the 2 wizards in this boss fight. So yes, you can see here I was trying to take down the wizard, but all these thralls were pushing me and I did not want to mess with them because they can kill me. You can see here their melee takes a lot of damage. And this wizard was super yikes. so definitely be careful with that wizard. You can see here I was doing punch dodge as well. So I was trying to be super cautious here. And this wizard was moving so much, like, holy moly, it won't die. It won't die, that's so... yikes, that's yikes. So once you clear down all the ads, you could take down this wizard. So when you do take down the last wizard, 2 Arcanites will spawn. So you can see here, match game doesn't work on this wizard. So you can even use primary weapons to take down the shield. So now 2 Arcanites will spawn. And I'm gonna try to take one down, but unfortunately I was trying to do critical headshots, but it kept moving. And then I try again. And finally it was blind. Then you can see here there was another Arcanite from far away. I wanted to take it down. See here I was trying to take it down from a distance, from long range, and then I blinded. Of course I had to get the little orb charge. And also definitely be careful getting the orb charges. When getting the orb charge, definitely go behind the rocks. Don't want to mess around with the wizard, the boss. Here I was just trying to throw my nade to get some heavy. And finally I got some heavy. And I went back. I went back and then I was debating to throw the crystal or not, and I did. Then another Arcanite spawns, of course. And I decided to just take down this Arcanite instead of just getting the other one. Reason is because the wizard was shooting, plus the Arcanite could take me down, so I didn't want to take chances, so I decided just, alright, just take down this Arcanite that spawned it, and then take down the final, or the last crystal. So over here you can see I didn't use my super. I was saving my super for the final DPS phase. I wanted to save it. Also I was saving the super in case if the third phase goes wrong. So here, this is when the wizard, the boss, likes to move around and shoot fireballs at you. You can manipulate the boss going left and right behind this little rock here. Now, I would recommend to be careful with this wizard. Wouldn't want to mess around about. So over here you can see I was trying to use my heavy to do some headshots, critical shots on the wizard, but it didn't work. I was trying to hip fire, but it didn't seem to work out, so I sadly had to use primary weapons to do some damage. And I wanted to save my super for the third phase of the boss, because I did not want to mess around. And I didn't want to mess around with the boss at the third phase, because the third phase is when the boss likes to move around, shoot fireballs at you, and it has a shield. And adds and knights push you. So you can see here I was just going back and forth on the rock. Now I was trying to find a way to make it stand still, and then for some reason I did. So what I did is I crouched down behind this little rock and it was standing still. It couldn't hit me. So I was taking advantage of this, because this normally does not happen, if I had to be really honest. And I decided to just use my primary and then just quickly do DPS on the boss. So you can see here I was making this boss shoot fireballs at me. And usually when you do damage this boss, it does spawn ads, but for some reason it did not spawn ads. I think because it was throwing fireballs at you and it wasn't capable of spawning ads, which is good. Very good. Now this is the third phase, so this is the reason why I saved my super for this. Now the third phase can be the one where you can die. This is the one where you have to be super careful. So you need to clear ads, just like phase 1, you have to clear ads. right? And if you clear enough ads, 2 knights will spawn. The first knight spawns from the left and the second one spawns from the right. For me, I decided to stay on the right side. I want to manipulate the boss, make it go back and forth on the big rock. Now this one is pretty tough to do, to be honest. There are times where the boss does sneak behind me and tries to kill me, and then I have to use my super to save myself. And of course use that to take down the knights. So you can see here that the Arc Knight from the left side did spawn. And the Arc Knight can shoot you from far away from where I am, so you have to be careful. So here I was just doing punch dodge, but I was being a little careful. And I wanted to make sure the boss wasn't behind me. See, that's the problem here. You have to multitask. You have to make sure where the boss is. And you have to make sure where the Arc Knight is doing. And you have to make sure these thralls don't kill you. And you have to make sure these acolytes don't snipe you or throw fireballs at you if you're standing still too much. It's just too much things going on in third phase. That's why we recommend to just use your super to deal with the Arc Knights. The reason why I wanted to save it was because when I do take down the shields, the crystals, the only DPS I have is Queenbreaker. And the boss moves a lot. It moves, it doesn't stand still during the final DPS phase. So I actually had to wait for my super to take it down. And also 2 knights do spawn, right? And they can follow you and kill you 2 hits. So for me, I just wanted to save for my super so I can just do the final DPS on the boss and then just be done with it and not deal with the 2 knights spawning and the boss chasing me and then me struggling trying to use a linear fusion to do critical hits, and then sometimes I miss, or these ads are shooting me while trying to do an aim shot. So now we took down some ads. I was just trying my best to stay alive. Stay alive. But like I said, if this was attrition or togetherness, then that would have to be a different subclass, to be honest. So you can see here, I was trying to shoot down the Arc Knight, but this boss was in my way. I was doing like 1 or 2 shots and looking where the boss is. Because sometimes the boss, the wizard, can go around the rock where you are and then it can kill you. So that's what I was doing right now. I was just scoping. I was just double scouting of where the boss is. If he's far away, if he's near the rock, then I had to move forward towards the rock. It's weird. So now I took down the Arc Knight. And of course I missed some ads here and there. I'm gonna go behind this rock. Gonna throw the final crystal and then take down the boss. When you do take down the shield, 2 snipers always spawn, so definitely be careful. So now we're gonna take down the boss. And there you go, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We got platinum, we got layers, handshake. Haha, funny story because we were doing punch dodge in this video. So thank you so much for watching. This run was tough. I'll try to do a Titan run, maybe. But it's gonna be a slow run. I don't think it'll be a 36-minute run, to be honest. Since I'll be doing different weapons, etc. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.